On this episode, we're putting in weather stripping. So the weather stripping that was on the car was original. It was cracked, it was broken, it was missing, it was horrible. So you can buy weather stripping kits. You just have to get the right one. So this one is what they recommend for this car. I got it from Midwest Bayless. It's their kit. I got the enough for each side, and then I also got the weather stripping for the top. So it's a different size, much larger compared to what goes on the door. This stuff is not that hard to do. It's actually harder to tear it off. It just slides on. So it's got metal in there with these little rubber grippers, and we're just gonna feed it around the edge of the seam, and then once it gets to the top part, we're gonna leave it long, and then we cut it to match. And then if you have enough left, you take it and you cut this part off, you roll it up, you stick it inside, and then it's seamless. Really the only thing you gotta worry about is the first cut. So you can see it's a little ragged. We may have to clean that up, but it just depends on how it looks. Try not to let the brightness of my LED light bulb in the door panel distract you, but it looks good. So if you look right here, there's a loop or a hole. It's a little chunk from the old piece. So we're gonna slide up into this, and then it's gonna fit right here perfect. And then we're just gonna run it down this edge. We should really do this after we install the carpet. Okay, we're gonna wait until after we install the carpet. So this stuff just has little grooves in it, and then it's got a little metal piece of U metal that goes all the way through it so that you can squish it and it'll stay somewhat. So I want to go like so and get it squished down. And I don't know if this video is before or after we put the stuff on the top video, but we'll figure something out and make it kind of seamless, I guess, because I didn't have this when I was making, well, I did, but I was waiting on the carpet. Okay, so this only goes on one way, right? This rubber O part goes on the outside to make contact with the car. So this is going to be our last piece because it goes on here. So we want to start on this end and already cut it, and then we're just gonna put it on. So there's a little doodad right here. You're gonna go up and in, and then you just start pushing this stuff on like this. It's not too difficult. The hard part is when you get to the round spots. Ah! Got it. Got it. Got it. I'm gonna get it. Stand by. we're going to run that about to the center, but then we're going to cut it to make when we put the other side on. So you can run it all the way across and put the other end on shorter, or you could have it like, you know, in the middle. It's up to you. Like it. So now when we close the door, we have a weather seal, and then the window will engage here. When we put that window up, this piece fits right here, so you know, good coverage. And then the top should make contact with this. So weather stripping, pretty easy. I know about the hole. I gotta treat that rust real fast, and then I'll fix it. But this was the one from the factory. It had a little, the weather strip, it held the weather stripping down for some reason. I don't know. But then I got these. At the hardware, at the auto parts. And so they're the same size. It'll fit in there. And then we just run this little screw down and it'll tighten that up. Door closes. Yes. Okay. We're closed. Don't know what those are for. I guess to just plug the hole. But you know, Fiat. Bertone. Silly. Okay, we're gonna do weather stripping, and I'm gonna do this carpet rail thingamajig, and then I'm gonna do the seat. So it goes on like this. There's a little tab right here. We're gonna slide up in. So right here is a 90-degree bend. This is all schmutz from where they tried to glue the stuff on. So you want to come over and then you're going to bend it and get this other side started like so. And I'm working upside down, but it'll make that bend. It just pulls it a little tight. Okay, so I got a straight edge. I'm lined up here, here, and there, so I can split this stuff. If you got seats in the car, you're going to be standing on the seats, just so you know. Cool. That was pretty easy. So we'll move on to the top. So if you look right here, the little rod that holds the latch onto the roof is missing. So I went and got a 5mm bolt. It goes in like this. And then a 5mm nylock nut. And then it goes on like this. don't want it too tight, but we also don't want it to rattle. I like that. And we don't want to spark it up too much. Good. Ah, still hot. That's still hot. So now it'll latch in. It's not going to rattle. It's nylock, so it's not going to vibrate off. So this is where the old weather stripping goes. This is the old weather stripping piece. So this just rips off. They glued it on. That's not glued on. It's got a screw right there and a screw right there. But you can see how this metal piece has got these sections in it for gripping the weather stripping. So if we take the old piece, we can measure off that. You can see where it ripped off here. But if we take the old piece, we're a little bit long. So this is just going to push on right here. And then your window is going to rest up against this to form a seal. So I don't like these cuts. But I also think I want to lay it on the car, then look at it and see if it's flush here, or does it extend past at all. $22". So I want 22 inches. That gets me flush with that and flush with this other piece. So to cut this, there's metal in here. Use a wheel of death. But don't, well, you'll see. And then some good scissors right there. Then you have a nice straight cut. Not straight enough. That's straight enough. $22.5. So half an inch, plus or minus. Double check. So we could actually do it under the car or inside the car, but actually I think so it just rolls on and then it kind of locks into place. You can move it a little bit. Let's check fit. This looks pretty flush. It kind of sticks out up here. So we need to shift. Forward. This piece is too long. So you can see here we're flush up against this front rubber piece. And then back here, that piece is right there. It'll line up with that. So now, find the keys. Where are the keys? I see them. Close the door. So you can see where this piece is lined up and it's squished here on the... You can't, can you? So now this edge of the door window part is touching the weather stripping. Then when we roll the window up, it's going to seal it. Yeah. See, look at that. So now the window went all the way up and it actually pinched that weather stripping. So now we should have a good no noise seal. I like it. It's going to be a bitch to close, I think. We'll try it. First off, the window hits here. And you got to squish that out. Oh, that was easy. Good seal. Might even survive a rainstorm. Total time on the clock for this side, 41 minutes and 30 seconds. But that's mostly me talking. Mostly me talking and messing around in the shop while I'm working. Now I gotta do the other side. Second verse, same as the first. So now's the part where we can drill it. I didn't do one right here. And put those 3 little tiny screws in there. But for that, I'm gonna wait until I get all the weather stripping on the doors. And then you can also, on your final, when you're done with it, that's when you can put your weather stripping adhesive in there, and then it's going to glue it in and secure it. But you want to do the weather stripping adhesive the very last thing, when you're sure about where it's going to go. That way you don't have to rip it out again, because that's what some of this glue is over here. This is glue to hold the headliner portion on. But then they also use weather stripping adhesive on some of it. If you make a good clean cut, you can see the metal goes all the way around. So when you're squishing it, you're reforming it in. And if you want to screw it, I'm going to say go to the hardware store and buy the teeniest little metal screws you can find. And then a teeny tiny drill bit for a pilot hole, because there ain't no way you're going to be able to find that again. So when this full piece goes around, we'll have a good seal going between both sides. and this is pretty squishy. So you saw how the window went up in there. I think it's gonna work out. I think that's all for now. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.